Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me in this video. We are going to take another swing at mono green Stompy. So let's take a look at the deck design, what I have planned for it. It's actually been working pretty well in testing. Hopefully it plays that way in the next couple of games. I've got 4 Adventurous Impulses in there, which for 1 green it lets me look at the top 3 cards of my library, reveal a creature or land, and then put it into my hand, and the rest go on the bottom of my library in any order. This ends up being a super versatile dig. I can look for a land if I need it, or a creature if I need that. It's turns out to be pretty powerful, actually. I like it a lot. I've got 4 Llanowar Elves split up into 2 groups of 2 because just the way the game collects for you. I've got M19 and Dominaria. So 4 Llanowar Elves, 1 green, it's a 1/1, taps for 1 green mana. It's an awesome card. Dies to shock all the time. Pelt Collector, it's a 1 casting 1/1. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector's, he gets a 1/1 counter. If he's got 3 or more counters on him, he has Tramples. Pretty powerful card here too. I've got 2 of those in the deck. And here's a powerful unexpected combo, Merfolk Branchwalker. For 2, it's a 2/1, right? So if you have a first turn Pelt Collector, second turn Merfolk Branchwalker, this will pump the Pelt Collector, and then it explores, and if the Explorer ticks and this becomes a 3/2 and then it dies, that also pumps the Pelt Collector too. It's pretty powerful. I've got 4 of those. Got 4 Titanic Growths, which is just a combat juke. I like them. There's probably, I mean, if you've got the what's that elf called again? I forget his name. If you've got like 4 Thorn Lieutenants, I'd stick those in here instead. I only got 1, so not worth it for 1, but I like Titanic Growth because if I've got a trampling creature, I can sneak it in there and end the game with a Titanic Growth. 4 Steel Leaf Champions. If you've seen my other video, you know that I made 4 of these by accident earlier, so I threw them in here. They work out great. 2 Goreclaws. Goreclaw's terrific. Oh, Steel Leaf Champion, by the way. So 3 casting 5/4. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. It's terrific. Goreclaw's a 4 casting 4/3. Creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less, which is everything else in the deck, except for Giganto. Not a big fan of Giganto anymore. When Goreclaw attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 and trample. So there's some nice synergy already. You can probably see it. The Pelt Collector, who's been getting bigger, when Goreclaw comes out, by the way, when Goreclaw comes out, a lot of times your Pelt Collector gets bigger. And then they attack, they all get trample and +1/+1 anyway. It's pretty cool. A couple Gigantos, there's probably a better option. But I have him, so I throw him in there. He's a 10/10. With Goreclaw, he gets trample, which is kind of nice. Or, you know what I use him for a lot of times, is to throw a 10/10 at him and see if my opponent will just block down with something, and that way it kind of thins their board state out, just as an option. 2 of my Vivien Reids, one of my favorite Planeswalkers in Standard right now, not quite of all time, but in Standard right now for sure. The +1 loyalty ability is look at the top 4 cards, basically a dig. You can add a land or a creature from among them to your hand and then put the rest on the bottom of your library. For a -3, you destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. This, by the way, is our only flying removal right now, so we're susceptible to flying if we don't get an early start, and that's something that you might see in one of the games, particularly with if we're against like mono white aggro with some flyers, that tends to hurt. And then her ultimate -8 ability is you get an emblem. With creatures you control, get +2/+2, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. That ends the game almost instantly, but you hardly ever get that off. 1 Aggressive Mammoth. Other creatures you control have trample. This is super dope with Giganto. 3 Carnage Tyrants, because it's a Carnage Tyrant. Can't be countered. Trample and hexproof. The game ender right there. Pelakka Wurm, just 1. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 7 life. When it dies, you draw a card. It's a 7/7 trample. 3 Ghaltas, because dropping a Ghalta is going to end the game. And if it gets, I want 3 because it's a fat target. And if it gets like enchanted, you can cast. If it doesn't get Ixalan's binded, you're in good shape to have 3. Other than that, having the extra ones don't hurt. Like Luminous Bonds, just casting the second Ghalta would help. You just kick out the first one. It's nice. It's 12/12 with trample. Technically for 12, but nobody ever pays 12 for it. With all this beef in there, you end up paying 2 green. and then 24 for us. So let's see how we can play the deck. We'll see what it wants to do. Hopefully we can get a few good games in here. Sometimes you get, you guys know, we've been playing Magic for a while. You know how it goes sometimes. And I'm just in regular play mode. I'm not doing ranked or anything. So it might take a minute to find a game. I haven't really done too many ranked games since the new system came out, just because some of my decks aren't quite ready. I'm on the play here, so I want to take a mulligan, hoping to get a faster hand. And I hit the wrong button. That's just life sometimes. Almost makes me want to just concede on the spot, you know what I'm saying? Some of you know. Alright, let's see what happens. We'll play it out. Whatever. Maybe my opponent's in the same boat. Or if the game server's just going slow, but this is one of those... He's not even looking at his hand. Hopefully this game ends up happening. Every once in a while you can sneak away with a win if they just leave right away. Honestly, that doesn't bother me all that much. Torch Courier. So he has to sacrifice it for another creature to gain haste. This is the slowest hand. Unbelievable. So I'll have a third turn Steel Leaf Champion, which will eat a Lava Coil without a doubt. Ornery Goblin goes down whenever Ornery Goblin blocks or becomes blocked. It deals 1 damage to that creature. So far, he cannot block my Steel Leaf Champion, though I am 100% confident we will see a Lava Coil, and it will go away. Though I should have enough land for my Carnage Tyrant on turn 6. So it's going to hold priority for him to sacrifice his Torch Courier to give this creature haste, even though that wouldn't make any sense at all to do that. There's the Lava Coil. Dang, I'm good. I'll take 3. Still doing kind of okay. Oh boy. Had I saved... If I waited till turn 5 to play my Steel Leaf Champion, I could have protected him with a Titanic Growth. Here's more boss goes down. As long as I'm not in too terrible a shape in 2 turns, I can just cast... And of course, I'm going to draw a forest on my next turn, right? We don't know how this is going to go. That's a decent idea. Gets an extra 3 damage out there. Then he mentors the little one. This is ridiculous. I've played 1 card this whole game. Alright. Okay, there's the 5th forest. We're going to pass the turn. And that's pretty much going to end the game for us, right? 6 turns, no plays. A Pyromancer drops me down to 7. And then I'm going to get hit with 7. So that's the game. Alright, well done, buddy. I clicked the wrong button. I should have taken a mulligan to get a faster play. Whatever. Little trick I've learned when playing Magic. Just forget about that game. Let's move on. Unbelievable. Still tilts me greatly. Then another 20-second wait for a game. Wow. So normally it's instant, you know, you just log in and you get a game. Alright. Here we go. This is a better start. Alright. We're going to keep this one for sure. But of course we're on the play, right? Yeah, we got the... Okay. Good. And then I'll use my Branchwalkers to explore into hopefully some good land or a Llanowar Elf. Good deal. Oh, yeah, we are librarying that guy, for sure. I cannot believe I kept that terrible hand last game. I've moved on, though. I'm not even thinking about it anymore. It's a done deal. And this will be pretty scary. See, I can just run every creature I have at him without thinking twice. If I draw into... No, that's not going to work either. Totally fine with that. He can't block my Steel Leaf Champion. See, there's a nice combo here with Titanic Growth and also casting Ghalta. But I don't worry about it too much. And he could do... I don't know if he's planning on doing this combo here. So I'm going to attack first. He probably is. Because he thinks I don't know that Chain Whirler has First Strike. Very important to read the cards. If you haven't seen him before, read him. Chain Whirler's got First Strike. So he's going to block with his Chain Whirler. And then sacrifice his Firebrand to do the 1 damage to my Steely. So I'm going to let this happen. I'm going to Titanic Growth my Steel Leaf Champion in response to him sacking his Firebrand. Because I want to make sure he does sacrifice it. Timing is important. See that? There we go. So now that that's on the stack, we put this on the stack. Boom, boom. Doesn't have trample, which would be really nice right now, but I'm not losing a creature to mono red aggro. There we go. And now I'm a little stuck for mana. Hopefully I draw into a forest. Or, yeah, I'd like to draw the forest or a Branchwalker. Take that as well. Okay, and we'll just do another Branchwalker. Having a 2/1 doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Okay, well next turn it's Vivien Reid coming out, so... He's obviously got a shock, right? He's going to block down my Steely and then shock him. Let's see. I'm going to have to get it out of his hand somehow. There's the block. He can shock him at any point. He can see I have no mana. There it is. And then the first strike damage happens, and I lose my Steely. Oh, the Frenzy. Experimental Frenzy. Nope, we don't block. I'm going to drop a Giganto, though, for sure. I knew I planned on playing Vivien Reid, but this gives me a creature that's immune to all of his shenanigans. He cannot remove it with direct damage. And I'm not afraid of Chain Whirlers. I'm not afraid of First Strike. I'm not afraid of Lava Coil. He's effectively got nothing. There's no way he's going to attack. He can't possibly do 9 damage to it. So now we're rolling. Pelt Collector gets bigger and I throw a 10-10 at him. And I can still block at least one Chain Whirler. He can't do 11 damage to me with all this beef in the way. And he can't remove it. So I would almost prefer like a Rakdos style, so that way you could throw in Murder, Cast Downs, you know, the actual removal, rather than rely on damage to do it in mono red. You can do one? No, I don't think so. Lightning Strike? Sure. You do you, buddy. It's game. He can't handle the trample. That's it. Works pretty good. Oh, black or white spells is my quest for the day. I'll have to play vampires or something to get some black and white spells cast. So we'll do one, maybe 2 more games. I feel like that first game was a waste of life. Not that it was a bad choice, it was just a bad click. I knew I should have mulliganed and I didn't. This is a keeper. because of Adventurous Impulse. So we'll get to see the power of the AI. My opponent goes first. I don't like that idea. I want to go first every time, especially with this deck. But see, we can throw away the land and go for another Steely Champion. I'll take it every day. Too bad we don't have one of our Llanowar Elves. A turn 1 Llanowar Elf into a turn 2 Steel Leaf Champion is the best. What is with all the forests I keep getting? Oh well. I think we're going to eat ourselves an Essence Scatter here. Okay, we'll just draw nothing but forests. That's fine. Okay, here comes the Essence Scatter. Sinister Sabotage, even. Alright, what does he got? Now he's got another Essence Scatter. Here it comes. Or a Ionize. Okay, here we go with the control. This deck actually works decently against control, unless he's waiting to play his flyers. So we're just going to keep coming after him with creatures. If we draw into more creatures than the amount of control he has, or explore away the non-lands, or the lands even. And hopefully I don't draw into too many forests, but we'll see. Yep, we're going to do it. So now he's going to have to shock him or something in response. Yeah, good. So I got 2 direct damage spells out of the way, and he still gets to explore. And we are going to Library Goreclaw. Oh, show. See, and I'm glad I ate that second Lightning Strike, because Goreclaw is highly susceptible to Lightning Strike. Decisions. And I might even be able to sneak in and punch Rel in the face for 5 next turn. I don't think he's got enough. He does. He does now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he could kill Goreclaw. But he can't kill Vivien Reid.
No one knows the wild.
And I really need the dig right now. Now we'll take Ghalta. And I think it's revealed, right? You may reveal a creature or land. Yeah, so it's revealed. So he knows I've got Ghalta, which I'm okay with that. I'm going to have a ton of land here. Goreclaw effectively reduces Ghalta's cost by 6. Because the 4 power and then reduces by 2. So it goes from 10 and 2 green to 8 and 2 green. And he can see my whole hand. He knows I've got them both. I am going to library that card. I should have graveyarded it. I don't know what I was thinking. Here comes the counter spell. No. So now we're going to use Vivien's ability, and I already know it's an Adventurous Impulse. I could have graveyarded just the same, but it's still in my deck this way. Carnage Tyrant. And the Carnage Tyrant is what's going to win me this game. Of course, he has to remove Vivien. He can't not. I don't see any Phoenixes, and he discarded Niv Mizzet. There's a reason for that, so that's no good. Does that mean he's got one, or he's got a plan for it? He could have cast it, and that's a game winner by itself, although Vivien's got the answer. So let's see what he's thinking here. I'm going obviously with Carnage Tyrant, which is a lot cheaper because of Goreclaw. Can't be countered, so doesn't matter what you do, you can't counter it. I'm gonna go with Viv's ability here. So her ultimate's gonna pop, and so I always take the second forest to the left, not how stupid. Alright, and now we're going to punch Homie in the face. Hopefully. Unless he's got a couple of spells for me. Oh, come on. Here goes the Is It Viceroy. And that's going to hit him for 8. So my Carnage Tyrant will also get the +1. Smacky smacky. I like that. And we're going to end our turn. On that note, I really want to pop Viv's ultimate. Fiery Cannonade does not worry me at all. Especially after like Goreclaw pumped everybody up. Like, that does make a whole lot of sense. What are the odds he's got Phoenixes? I don't see any Arclight Phoenixes in here, so I don't think they're going to come back and haunt me. The Crackling Drake does not scare me one bit. Mm-mm. And I'm not killing it either. I'm killing Viv. Check this out.
I've seen squirrels.
My creatures have vigilance, trample, and indestructible.
Time.
And +2/+2. This is great. He's wondering what just happened. Like, why didn't he take out my dude? I don't think he's going to be able to hit me for 18. And even if he blocks, like, oh, there's vigilance, they both get +1/+1, and they're indestructible. So he's taking a ton of damage right here. And I don't have to play another card, so he could play Niv Mizzet. Yep. Yeah, we're going to do 4 and then 6. And then we're going to end the turn. I don't have to play lands anymore. This is the game. How terrific. I like this deck. I like it a lot. It works. That's fine. That's just fine. I don't care if I draw another 10 forest, it doesn't matter. Is he gonna try and do 5 damage to Goreclaw? How terrific. Oh, he can't. Doesn't matter anyways. Yeah. Bye. Bye, is it control? Isn't gonna work today. Nope. Let's do one more with our Stompy deck, just to see if we can get some good consistency. And this is pretty consistent, the last 2 games. First game, whatever, it's my fault. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are definitely keeping this. Turn 1, Adventurous Impulse, hopefully into a Llanowar Elf to make some of this go a little quicker. If we can drop a turn 3 Goreclaw, then it's a turn 4 Pelakka Wurm. It's terrific to do things this way. I'll take a Pelt Collector. I'm fine with that. Or if we start discarding, no, this could end badly. Because all I draw is land. Boy, if he drops a Thought Erasure, I'm in trouble. Don't do that. Don't. Oh, come on, another forest, of course. Why wouldn't it be a forest? What are the odds that he's got it in his hand and he's going to counter? He's got a counter spell. He could Sinister Sabotage. He could. That makes this a little easier. I'll play Goreclaw, which gets countered, so he's holding a counter spell. And then next turn I can drop Vivien Reid or another. If I draw something else, I might cast that too. Of course, she doesn't pump up my Pelt Collector at all. This could be a tricky game. So he Ghalta's the land, which means he's got land in his hand. This information campaign, I know what I'm dropping. 2 land left. Boy. He could spell. Oh shoot. Yep. What are the odds I draw my other one? Or a Steely? Oh, that's good too. He knows I've got Ghalta. And if I have to discard, if he disinformation campaigns one more time, I will discard Ghalta. Because I've got 2 more in the deck, but I don't have any other Pelakka Wurms. Oh boy. That's rough. Other way around, buddy. Did that backwards. He should have done disinformation campaign first, then Thought Erasure. That way, that doesn't matter. Only got 2 cards. Doesn't matter one bit. Nope. I'm going to save the Titanic Growth in case I see this thought erasure or this disinformation campaign, hoping that I can cast this Pelakka Wurm. Unless, of course, I discarded both, then whatever. Oh, it's 7. Oh, why was I thinking it was a 6-drop? Okay, let's hit him for 5. Okay, he's going to return. Yeah, is that what he's doing? This Dream Eater. After he surveils 4, he's going to bounce. Dream Eater's going to bounce my Steel Leaf Champion, which is fine because I don't have any other plays anyway. Which he knows because he can see my pretty much my whole hand. He cannot see this Titanic Growth, so I might try and I've got to get out of combat. Be careful though, because the way this new UI works, a lot of times you'll click through everything and turn is over before you know it. I can't block, but he doesn't get any benefit out of attacking other than, oh, this guy. Okay. That's terrific. Branchwalker goes down. I'm going to explore into a Llanowar Elf, which I will library him for a slow play. So I'll draw into my elf next turn. I can play him, get a body down, and then I can get my Pelakka Wurm out. Maybe I should have graveyarded. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's wonderful. I love the Eldest Reborn. This was one of my favorite cards when Dominaria came out. I'm so glad it's getting some play. So now I'm stuck. So I'm discarding my Pelakka Wurm. Oh, I should have held on to my elf. This is tricky right here. So now he can get a Planeswalker, which is the right choice, which is Vivien Reid, and I discard my Pelakka Wurm. I should have held on to him to use as a discard, but I don't really know how to play a double Eldest Reborn. It's fine. Ritual of Soot kills him anyways. And here we go with 4. This is going to be tricky. And here come the forests. Alright. Wonderful. So even if I played my Pelakka Wurm, I still would have discarded it to the Eldest Reborn, though I'd be at 15 health instead of 8. And now he gets a Ghalta. That's just terrific. Terrific play. So 2 for 2, not bad. I feel like I legitimately lost this game, but not the first game.
The wilds are my
I got controlled on this one. I had a feeling that would happen. I didn't have a fast enough start. And here come the forests. Army of forests coming at you. What are you going to do about it? Oh, trample over me with my own Ghalta. That's what you'll do about it. Well played, buddy. It's fine. Still bitter about this one. Still bitter about that first one, though. Cool, so that's my version of Mono Green Stompy. Works pretty much, that works about 2/3 of the time, actually, except for that first game. So if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to this channel. I try and get one video out every day, doing some different things. Like I'll do big box opening. I'm going to try and save up another chunk of gold for when Ravnica Allegiance comes out. I'd like to open up a box day 1. And pretty soon I'll start trying to do some drafts that switch some gold over to some gems. As a free-to-play player, that's pretty important to me, is getting some of those resources before the next set comes out. Hopefully I can make that happen. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.